Today, we're going to talk about Sean Strickland's wildest moments, from trash-talking the LGBT community, pulling a firearm on civilians, and shaming body dysmorphia. Strickland's rants have taken him to many places. So stay tuned and let's dive into the deranged mind of Sean Strickland. Twitter has finally had enough of Sean Strickland on its social media platform. The UFC middleweight contender took his controversial statements to the extra mile when he trash-talked the LGBT community. In a recent tweet, the American mixed martial artist mocked those who threatened to pull out their guns on him, replying, "I have a gun on me. You wouldn't try to fight me. If you run your mouth, I'm giving you options to step up. And if your go-to is to grab my gun, you're a little B. And this is the problem with the world," Strickland said. All this started from the first comment he made. "I just gotta say, countries that don't have gun ownership as a human right really are pathetic," Strickland said. "Germany hasn't had a mass shooting. England doesn't have mass shootings. Blah blah, you also don't have effing men either, so enjoy it, you nutless trannies. That is all, goodbye." While this tweet might have seemed harmless just at first, it's no surprise to see the 31-year-old's comment dwelling to many places and angered many groups. These recent tweets got the attention of Twitter, and it earned the UFC middleweight had his account officially banned. The 185-pound contender has not made any comment regarding this penalty on his other social media pages, including Instagram. Would you say Twitter had the right to ban his account? Comment below. Can we ever get enough of Sean Strickland? With this UFC middleweight, there are no surprises. At the UFC Fight Night 200 event, the number 4 ranked middleweight defeated Jack Hermanson via a split decision. The American then sat down to talk to the media after the event during the post-fight press conference. While speaking with the post-fight press conference, Strickland poked fun at MMA Junkie's John Morgan and offered to train the journalist. This comment came after Strickland said he wasn't happy with his own performance, saying that he had a lot of pressure on his shoulders to win and earn a title shot. Morgan asked Strickland if he'd learned from the experience and in turn handle the pressure better next time. Strickland then replied by telling Morgan to picture the fact that he's looking for a effing cheeseburger boat instead, and will definitely want to work hard to burn it. The UFC middleweight also added that he wasn't trying to fat shame anybody, but it's something he really wants. In an attempt to sugarcoat his fat shaming remarks, the UFC fighter told Morgan, "To feel better, by the way, you only fat shame people you care about. If you ever work out, bro, you let me know. I'm gonna help you out, dude." Strickland diverted Morgan's genitals, gifting him an extra 2 inches, and continued his comment with, "I promise you, every time I make weight, my D is at least 1 inch bigger. And I've got a little one, so, I take every inch I can get, and you're going to appreciate me for it." Now, before we head to the next chapter, do you consider yourself a real UFC fan? If so, then let's start the Trivia UFC quiz of the day. Which state held the UFC 1 first ever event to take place? Is it A, California, B, Colorado, or C, Texas? The answer will be revealed at the end of the video, so stay tuned and subscribe to the channel for more content. Let's head back to the video now. Earlier this year, Sean Strickland got into a traffic altercation with a woman. Tarzan posted a footage of himself in the altercation where he claimed that a woman almost crashed into him, and then they were both flagged down for the license plate to be taken. The UFC fighter added that the outcome would have been different if it were a man, and here is the footage.
You are the rudest person I've
Go
ever
call a do you have a boyfriend or a son you can call over here?
Yeah, I do. He works for the government.
Get the out of here.
Really
Off.
to get these licenses?
Yeah, please do, you dumb.
Only a woman would do this shh. Luckily, it wasn't a man. I would have dragged him out of the car and beat him. Strickland concluded by providing some context on the incident. "I wanted to pass her and she swerved into me and then tailgated my buddies so badly we had to stop for his safety." Adding that this is a private road, not a national forest, lol. He concluded his comments with, "I'm getting to a point where I can say shh and not get cut from the UFC." We're not sure how far he can take it, but it's fair to say that he'll keep testing the limits, so stay tuned for more wild comments. Prior to the UFC Vegas 33, UFC middleweight contender Sean Strickland told the story about the time when he almost killed a man. The American mixed martial artist posted a video on social media where he was driving through Lake Elsinore in California, the scene where he almost killed a man. And here is the footage.
Alright, for those who are wondering how I almost killed a man, right? I'm at this gathering, and I'm probably running my mouth being an idiot. Next thing I know, a guy puts a shotgun to my head. So my dumbass punches him in the face. He falls down. I take the gun. At that moment, I'm like contemplating, if I shoot this head, is there any legal defense to it? Sadly, I looked around, there were witnesses. I thought, if I kill this man, I'm gonna go to prison. So I unload the gun, I give it back to him, I walk away. Again, you guys, I would have smoked him and enjoyed every moment of watching his head splatter. But there's no legal defense on shooting an unarmed man on his knees begging for his life. I wish I could have, but I would have went to prison.
He ended his rant stating, "I'm one of the happiest human beings you'll ever meet. Every day I wake up and I'm super grateful for life. You can shoot someone in the head and not be angry. If anything, it could be enjoyable." Sean Strickland revealed that being a white supremacist got him into lots of trouble with the school authorities and eventually led to his expulsion from school. While recounting his experience, the UFC middleweight contender stated that he was exposed to the white supremacist ideology by his grandfather. The Californian despised his late grandfather for indoctrinating him to such a negative mindset, he stated. These posts by Strickland were in reply to questions asked by MMA fans who wanted to know the state of the fighter's mental health after he revealed he wants to kill somebody in the octagon. The 31-year-old also appeared on MMA Hour, where he gave more details of being indoctrinated with this ideology from a young age. He admitted, "I was really effing angry. I was so angry, I actually went through this weird neo-N phase when I was younger, and I got kicked out of school for hate crimes and all that crazy stuff." The American also admitted that his grandfather was a big piece of shit. Strickland continued by saying that he was easily deceived because he was only a child when he was fed all this. Strickland is yet to seek medical help for his recurring homicidal thoughts, although he doesn't foresee the UFC giving him the boot for being open about his past. Nothing will stop this fighter from going the extra mile to express himself. Here we are at the end of the video. So the state that the UFC won the first ever event in history goes to Colorado. The UFC 1 took place at McNichols Sport Arena in Denver, Colorado on November 12, 1993. The event was broadcast live on pay-per-view and later released on home video. The UFC 1 was co-created by Rorion Gracie and the Torrance-based UFC promoter Art Davie. The promoters came up with an 8-man tournament format, with the winner receiving $50,000. An octagonal cage fence with chain links was used, and this was suggested by John Milius, one of Rorion Gracie's students and a Hollywood veteran who had directed Conan the Barbarian. During the UFC 1 tournament, there were no weight classes, rounds, or judges. The 3 rules, no biting, no eye gouging, and no groin shots, were to be enforced only by a $1,500 fine. The match only ended by submission, knockout, or the fighter's corner throwing in the towel. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also turn on your notifications. We'll be reading out our top comments in the near future. And make sure to stay tuned for the second part of Sean Strickland Wild Moments. Adios for now.